Hi, Jerome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's very great to have you back. How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Great. So, as last time, we will have to go over the counseling informed consent,
Okay.
the statement of confidentiality, and my goals with you as a counselor as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting off, we will be looking at the counseling informed consent. Excuse me, that we discussed before and you initialed. So basically, it just states that you consent to video and audio recordings being made of mock counseling sessions, and these recordings being used to aid in the growth of counseling knowledge and skills. It also states that you consent to the experts from these recordings or descriptions of them being used by the Grand Canyon University, faculty, and staff for the purposes of supervision, research, and or teaching. You understand that any part of the conversation that's recorded and or written down will be kept confidential. It also states that you will not disclose any information that may identify you in the mock counseling session recordings. The information given will be fictional and you will use an alias. It also states that you understand that Zoom will be used to record counseling sessions and that Zoom meets both HIPAA and FERPA confidentiality standards. And lastly, you understand that if the recording of the mock counseling session activates any suicidal ideation or other potentially harmful thoughts, you will reach out to a professional in the area immediately. Neither GCU, the college, nor the counseling student will be held accountable if you harm yourself. Okay? Next is moving on is the statement excuse me, of confidentiality, which states that all information that you share with me will be kept confidential between you and I. Information will only be released by legal expectations that include a reasonable suspicion that an elder or a child is being abused, suspicion that you will engage in any dangerous contact, a court order, or you are a danger to yourself or someone else. While I may consult with my supervisor, I am ethically and legally bound to treat this information confidential. As you move forward, I would like to reassure you again that I am here to help, and I have goals to assist you and improve quality of life through guidance, resolving negative patterns, and helping you reach your own goals. So does everything sound fine?
Sounds legit.
All right, so now that we got all that out the way, we can move into the session.
Okay.
So, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, we can go on and discuss my inspirations of trying to be an accountant this time.
Okay.
It's been on my mind lately, and I've been kind of picturing it. I've already took accounting in school when I was in high school, but I didn't finish it when I got to college. But it is something that I have been thinking about lately now with the bookkeeping and stuff. So I really think that as a whole, this accounting thing is going to work. So, but the only thing is, I just need a little bit more steps to pick that up. Like I wouldn't know where to look first.
Steps moving forward into like a job in accounting, or would you like to take more classes in
Further
accounting?
learning and then into a job.
Okay. So how, starting off, let's move back to, you said you took classes in high school.
Yes.
Correct. How was that? How many classes did you take?
Well, I took in high school, I took accounting. I had principles of business first, and then I had accounting. Then I had e-commerce. Then I had accounting, and then that was it. So I only had 3 business classes total.
Okay.
I believe I did. But after that, I was a completer in the course at high school, so that was special. But other than that, I think further learning. Now, currently, I'm thinking about getting enrolled into a college, but I want to do accounting / bookkeeping.
Okay.
Because I feel I really, well, that's not really hard at all. So I really think that's a good choice for me in the road that I'm going down.
Okay. Is that a major that you're looking into?
A big one.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So have you looked at any schools that have that major?
And if so, at a couple.
Okay.
I've looked at a couple. I've looked at UCLA. Mm-hmm. I've looked at UMass. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know the abbreviations for that one?
University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
That one. Okay. That's the one. Yes, that one. And then I also looked at Chesapeake College in Easton. Also Wild Mills is too. But I was mainly considering UCLA.
Okay. So what do you think is stopping you from moving forward?
The pressure. The pressure of going to actually be it, mm-hmm. and the pressure of actually having to do it all over again. Especially after being out of high school for a pretty long time now. So yeah. I'm thinking that it's going to be a little hard, but not too hard. Because I am still there, mm-hmm. but I am also a little straying away from some of the things because I know things have changed since I've been in school. And I know, everybody has new different ways of learning with techniques and stuff. So
that's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time when you go to college, they have the prereqs, so you work your way back into it, and then you get into the big classes. So that is a big help if you're nervous about that. So UCLA seems pretty far away. So, and the other two colleges are kind of close to home.
Very.
So is that something that's stopping you as well, like moving far away, or do you not want to stay home?
I don't want to stay home. I'd rather go far, mainly because when you go far and you're in your college, you're free. You don't have to really worry, nobody's calling you. You don't have to do anything. You just get to be another part.
Yeah, starting
but
yeah, I understand that.
So I like that a lot. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have everybody down your throat. So
I understand that.
But it's also you also have that part of you where you don't mind going, but you always got a little piece of home inside your little heart where you're like, ooh, if I go, I'm gonna miss all these people and who else? Yeah, who gonna fill these voids?
At the same time, you have to remember that college is not forever.
True.
Like you are going there to learn. That is a big thing and get your degree, but having a college experience is something that a lot of people want. I recommend that as well because I enjoyed my college experience. So if you want to go to UCLA, that's definitely a big decision for you. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So, other than those pressures, is there anything else that you feel like could be holding you back?
I'm also nervous to just start the accounting thing all over again with the credits and the debits all over.
But it's something you really want to do, correct?
I do. All right. I love the challenge, but that's a challenge I'm willing to take. So,
other than the pressures of starting over and moving forward, is there anything else that you think could be holding you back?
What about children? Yeah.
Okay. And how many children do you have?
3. To be exact.
All right. So that makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, it's 2 boys and 1 girl.
So going to UCLA puts you at being away from
my family.
Yes.
Yes. So my heart is with UCLA, but my soul is home.
So what do you think that we could do in that situation?
I think I can go online. I have seen a couple of those courses being a little. I mean, I've seen a couple courses being for online. So I think I can try that. So that way, it really doesn't. I don't have to really leave.
Right.
I still can attend to the children and still have my own life.
Right. That's a good strategy.
When I'm at work, so I guess I can. I mean, yeah, you're giving me good tips.
So. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Brainstorming an action plan is very helpful when trying to make your decision to accomplish your goals. So you said going online. Any other ideas that you think that you can make everything work?
I'm unsure at this moment.
So one thing that I think could be a good idea is going closer to home. If online school is not really your thing, I know online is like harder for some people than it is for others. So if anything, you can, definitely. So you can start.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You could start closer to home at school, and then eventually, if you feel more comfortable or you talk with your family, you can maybe go away if that's what you want to do. Or if you really want to go to UCLA, then I agree with just doing online school. How do you think that would work with your job?
I think it would work. It would work just fine, only because I work from home. So since I work from home, I still have time to do that. The only key thing about that is balancing the work life and the school life. And the home life
as well.
When all of it's at the same place.
Right.
That's a big
one. Your kids, how old are they?
2, 3, and 5.
Oh wow, so stepping stairs.
Yes.
So, well, I know the 2 are in school. Well, is the 3 in daycare, and then the 5-year-old is in school?
Yes.
Okay.
She just started.
Okay. So, some teachers work with you if you have like Zoom classes or something. Also, like, I guess different ideas of trying to do work while there or at daycare, at school, or
girl, don't even get me started on the online classes
or at home.
My Lord.
Have you had online classes before?
Oh, they do.
Oh, they have. Okay, yes.
But me, no. When I see them with it, I get kind of like, wow, because it's like everybody in your business. But I know like that schoolwork won't be that type of schoolwork in my behalf. Correct, so I think I should be okay.
All right. So now that we have some strategies laid out, we can now decide which best fits your situation.
Okay, let's start the resolution. Yeah.
Okay. So starting off, you said that you can do online school, correct? We talked about going to school closer to home.
Yes.
Which would be Chesapeake College and UMES.
Yep.
Okay. And another thing that we forgot to add is the tuition cost. Now, is price a big deal for you? As in, like, does that play a big part of where you decide to go?
It plays some part, but not too much. Luckily, I was a smart person. I did save up some, for a rainy day. So
okay, so that works.
I have something to fall back on.
Great. And financial aid is also a big help as well.
Yes. Thank you. I totally forgot.
So, we talked about those two.
Yes.
And then, were there any other ideas that you wanted to add to the brainstorming board?
Getting started probably would be one I have to add.
Okay.
The placement test for me, I've never had to go through something like that. So it's kind of, I heard it was hard. So that's the only thing that is like another thing that is kind of holding me back because I am a little self-conscious because I'm very terrible at taking tests. So
okay. So let me ask you this. Have you looked into the requirements to be an accountant?
Yes.
Okay. What are those? Like, is there a certification you need to have, or do you need to have a degree?
Yes, they want you to have a degree in accounting.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
And there's also a principles of business. There's a bunch of business courses out there, and but I think the main one I want is accounting and bookkeeping mainly.
Okay. Excuse me.
Just keeping records.
All right. So you said a placement test. So is there something, is there like something online that you can do that with? Like, say you take classes to take a test to see how far you, like, what you remember is what I guess what I'm trying to say. What you remember in accounting from like previously, so they can place you in the correct course, or did you just want to start from the beginning? Like, would you just start from the beginning?
That doesn't sound bad at all. Actually, I didn't know that they could do that. Yeah, excuse me. I didn't know that they could do that, but I think I'm good with that one. The placement test for that.
I would suggest looking into that to see if that is available. I know some schools do that. You take a test and they place you in a correct class.
Okay.
But like I said, not every school does it, so it's definitely something I would look into.
Okay. Well, is there anything that studying wise that you would recommend basically? Because I'm a terrible studier, so I really would like to know if there is like a certain technique that you might have, anybody might have that might help somebody that trouble studying.
Sure. Well, everybody is different, so I can give you some ideas, but ultimately I can't really decide what works for you. I know that some people, I've heard that if you study in blue ink, or if you write in blue ink and study blue ink, that's supposed to help you remember. Also, the way that you take your notes is very important. A lot of people write down everything, but you need to write down the keywords that are very important to you, which kind of helps you study as well. So you won't have a lot to remember. You just remember the important things that help you. Also, there are some sayings that if you study study like at night as well, but also review everything 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours before you take a test. It's supposed to be very helpful because it's fresh in your brain. There's many strategies that we can look at down the line and in further counseling sessions that could be very beneficial to you that we can attempt and also like try different homeworks with to see which best works for you. So that's definitely something that we can look at. So yeah, back to the our implementing our action plan to accomplish these goals. So now that we have all the ideas from brainstorming down, we need to be able to put your plan into action. So what situation best fits you that we talked about?
Here we go.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Thank you so much. The best one that I think would be for the online.
Okay.
I think I am one of those online one that does sound very good. I don't have to leave anybody. I don't have to go too far. So I do think that is an option I'll consider. As well as the studying technique, because that really helped me out a lot. I really need help with that one.
Yeah. So online school definitely sounds like the best fit for your situation. And I'm glad that you think so as well. So now that we have our plan, the next step is to put it into action. Right. So what do you think the first steps would be to accomplish this goal?
Other than enroll? Well, other than
so what I'm asking, so in order to put this plan into action, I would say your first steps would be to look into schools or UCLA and apply. So the next step would be to find out more information that you need, talk to a counselor or a student resource person, to find out more information about it, or get them to email you some things. And then if you like how everything sounds and it sounds perfect to you, your next step would be to apply to the school and see if you get accepted. And then you move forward from there.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that one.
I'm glad that works for you.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Doc.
No problem. So our time is ending soon, but I just want to make sure to go over everything that we talked about.
Okay.
So your role as an accountant, you plan to call UCLA, correct?
Yes.
All right. Give them a call, find out some more research about the school, tuition, how long it's going to take, everything that you need to get everything straight to apply, and then go into that, and then go through the courses and see how that works. And as you continue to come see me, we will go over studying tips and anything else to help with the pressures, because I know you'd have pressures of starting over. So with that as well, we can definitely do some techniques, strategies to help you feel more comfortable with that, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well, it was very nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad that we came to a plan for accomplishing these goals, and I can't wait to see where they go.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
No problem.